Good morning. Well, I've got a few little things to clean up here and there. I've got to attach this trailer, move it out of the way, take the bale off the baler, and then we're working on the grain bin real fast. And then we're going to try to cut some one of our test plots, get that done with, and then I think go do the custom work. Not really sure, but we'll keep you updated. Ignore the dust because this truck really needs to be cleaned. But these backup cameras are really nice when you're by yourself. I'm pretty good at backing up, but this makes it a lot easier. Just gotta back the baler up here so I can actually get to the bale to get it taken off the back. Now you probably can't really see anything because it is always dusty here, so the windows are always really dusty. But what I'm doing is stab this bale and kind of bring it back so I can get it better because I can't quite get it all the way right here. So what we're doing is we're testing moisture with this here. I've got two. This one doesn't seem to be as right, so I'm not using it. We're grabbing density to know the test weight. And then this is actually a built-in scale, so it tells us how much weight is in there. We'll then go and calculate it out, and it will tell us how many bushels we got in an acre. So it just kind of tells us, if this is doing good on a dry year, bad on a dry year. We can visually see the corn in the field. Some corn doesn't like late season harvestability, so it's good to make sure you have something that can stand up to wind, things like that. So lots of reasons why we do test plots, but this right here is really telling us the bushels, and that's what a lot of guys really care to see. Oh, buddy. Boss man. Whew. Boss man had to go to a meeting, so I get to finish the test plot. Swapping 2 rounds, I get to run this bad boy. Lots of buttons. Hope I remember how to do them all. Let's do it. Dad is very specific about his combine, but it's kind of a delicate machine, I guess you could say, in a way. They're very fun to run, kind of calming. Hopefully we're going to get a new one sometime, or a used one, I guess, but a different one. But combines are really expensive. There's our fancy yield monitor. Kind of had to, it was an interesting thing to try to get that in, but as you can see, corn's doing not so good to okay. Just one of those years, it's dry. So the big problem about, man, that windshield wiper is right in the way. Anyways, the problem about having to do test plots is you have to go back empty, or not cutting the whole way back to the semi. So I've never gotten into the yield monitor before, but we had major issues trying to get this thing to work. Right now it has no GPS or anything. All it's doing is it's telling it, as the combine is being fed corn, it says the yield. So it'll keep counting the yield for the entire field, but no GPS. So we still have to use a weigh wagon. If we had GPS in here, then we could have just cut the test plot and you're good to go because you have it all GPS coordinated. But we don't, and we're not going to because we have tried and there's just major issues with the wiring harness or something with this combine. So it's the way it is, but we survived. So I'm not gonna lie, you feel like a BA driving this thing, or even a BAMF. If you know what about Dane Cook, you understand. But yeah, I wish I could drive this thing a little more exciting. But I understand, it's not my combine, and who doesn't want to drive this thing? So I got my excitement for the day, I guess. These 2 passes. Well, I think that's all I'm going to be able to cut this year. I think Dad's going to take over for the rest of it, but that's alright, because I get to drive the semi. Said nobody ever. Alright, well anyways, let's get back to the barn, move some stuff around, call some guys, see if we're going to cut some corn for them or not, and Dad's in a meeting, so we'll find out. Might be the end of the harvest for day, I don't know. Keep you guys in touch. Top Robinson Field. Alright, so I'm at another cornfield here. I've got 3 cornfields to check. Well, 2 I guess. Just gonna pull some ears and kind of do some checking of moisture and see what we're looking at. This field's a pain to get through because it's really bad goosenecked, so it's hard to walk, but just gonna pull some random ears and see if it's wet enough or too wet or too dry to cut. Overall, it doesn't look too bad in here, but see, right here, oh, if I don't trip, this is what's kind of fun to try to cut. So when I cut, whenever people say gooseneck, this is kind of goosenecking, but we had some rootworm issue here, so it cut the roots a little bit, and we got some wind, and it caused this corn to grow sideways. Should be able to get most of it. At least it didn't die, it didn't fall over completely, but maybe a little bit of a bear to cut. So it's a lot easier to, whoa, about to hit some corn. So it's a lot easier to just go in and pull a few ears to get an idea instead of bringing the combine all the way out here. We're about, I don't know, 5 miles or so away, so kind of be a pain to pull the combine, drive down here, do a strip, and test. So I just pull some ears, make it easy on ourselves, and at least gives us an idea. Go from there. Not gonna lie, I'm really tired of climbing this grain bin over and over. They need a little button or something to just open and close this little thing up there. A lot better. See, there's this lid right here, and if it rains, you want that closed. So we have it closed because chance of rain, but from the test plot, I've got to put a little bit of grain there. So open it up. We're gonna try to go ahead and cut a little bit of the customer's farm today. It's got really warm. I'm just gonna get the semi real fast, and then we're just gonna take the grain cart and the combine because I don't think the yield's gonna be the best. Kind of the dry part of the field, and he has a semi, so we'll use the one semi. And one more time for the day. Walk up to the very top and close it back down. Oh, good workout. I don't know how many steps I've gotten in today. Got my harvest buddy with me. Cora. Say hey. Snacking away. So I now know how it feels to be a dryland farmer. You basically just sit and wait. I feel bad for the combine, he does all the work. Should have brought a board game or something. Yield's not doing so hot on this field. It gets better as it goes to the north, but this part right here, I guess it just doesn't soak up water or something, I don't know, but it's basically dryland rates, so not very good at all. Cora, are we chasing the combine? Say, where'd you go, Grandpa? It's Grandpa. Wait for Grandpa.
you think, Cora?
Yeah.
Grandpa needs to clean them.
I'm sure he would be excited about that.
Someone needs to clean them. Maybe Daddy and Cora need to clean them.
This way. Turn a little bit. It's gonna be a power steering. Good job. Oh, straighten her out. Straighten her out. There you go. Yep, we're going to Grandpa's. Alright, follow that path right there. Turn left a little bit. How young is too young to start driving the grain cart, guys? Is too young? Nice. Alright. That's a crash and burn. Alright. Hang on.
Hanging on.
I probably need my seatbelt. Okay, straighten up. And to the left. Say, Grandpa, where are you going? It's going the wrong way. Time to head home. I feel like we didn't really get a lot accomplished there. I mean, we got a lot of acres cut, it seemed like, but not a lot of loads of corn. Just not a good year for the area. But we're heading back. It's about dinner time, and it's supposed to rain here pretty soon, so we just want to kind of get everything into the shops. And we'll see if it rains tomorrow or tonight. Then we won't be cutting for a while because it's supposed to be kind of gloomy for 3 or 4 days, and then we'll probably start back up next week. But thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. And catch up once we start again.